Greetings YouTube, my name is Squidget Eyes on Overlook. Welcome to my channel. Today is excuse me, Thursday, May 9th. Thursday, May 9th, 2019, 11:30 p.m. I figured I would uh just give you guys an update. Well, I don't know if it's an update or not. I'm not sure what to call it because I don't really imagine people, waiting on me to upload Let's Plays or anything like that. So I guess this would just be a video where I rant and talk about some stuff, what I've been doing. I just started, and when I say just started, I mean like a month or two, well, probably 2 or 3 months ago. I just started Let's Playing stealth games. Before then I was Let's Playing adventure games, but while I was Let's Playing adventure games, I was compiling a list of stealth games, and I sort of thought or had a feeling that like my current lists, or that list that I had was going to be way more annoying for me to try to, let's play and record. I figured that would be way more annoying than what I was currently doing, which is just basic adventure games and beat 'em ups and stuff like that. So I was kind of stressed out, because like when I'll be Let's Playing a certain adventure game, like Buffy or whatever, and I'm stuck. I'm like, man, like I'm getting stuck here. Like I don't know. I just knew I had a lot of like adventure games I wanted to do, and I figured it would be hard for me to really make any progress, knowing that right after that I have a bunch of stealth games to do. And usually stealth action games, they're like the hardest for me to record, because with stealth games you got to be, some of them are very particular, or whatever you want to call it, very very tedious. You can't be seen on certain levels, you can't make any noise in other levels, you can't, it's just a whole bunch of stuff. So about 3 months ago I started Let's Playing some stealth action games, and one or two of those stealth action games I attempted to Let's Play before, years ago, and I failed. So coming back and actually Let's Playing those games again, and actually succeeding and finishing and completing the Let's Play, that was kind of an accomplishment for me. It was like 2 games that I completed that I'd previously given up on, and then there's like a bunch of other games that I had them on my list of games to do, or I had them on my stealth action list just to be there. I didn't even think I'd ever actually complete them. So yeah, every single stealth action game that I've completed so far, I didn't even think I'd even be able to complete it, really. And yeah, that's a big accomplishment for me, because when I set up my channel and I have my little stealth action, section, I want it to be, pretty extensive. Or I want there to be at least 10 titles. But when I first came back, when I first decided to jump straight to stealth action games, because I put my adventure games on hold. It was the Hitman games, and the Hitman games, they're games that I never thought I'd ever be able to complete just playing them regularly, let alone let's playing. I have the Hitman trilogy here for the PS2, and I was able to successfully complete Hitman 2, I think it's Sound of the Assassin, and that was quite the accomplishment for me. I was proud of myself for that. And then I moved on to Hitman Contracts, and that's where I ran into a little bit of trouble. That's where I'm kind of stuck. like I said, like I said, when I first wanted to come back to do stealth action games, I was like, let me do these Hitman games, because before then I ran into a bunch of strategy guides and strategy guides for games that I was stuck on, and it never really dawned on me to buy strategy guides for games, that I didn't think I could beat, because I have enough strategy guides as it is. But yeah, I ran into a bunch of Hitman strategy guides. Well, not, I didn't run into them. The idea to even buy the Hitman strategy guides didn't dawn on me until I was in a game store, and I was like, oh, they have Hitman here. They have, this strategy guide, that strategy guide. And then I was like, well, wait a second. Why don't I buy strategy guides for all the games that I want to let's play, but I don't think I can beat, or that I don't think I can complete, So that's what I did. All the games that I want to let's play, but don't think I can actually do it. Whether it be the game's too annoying or whatever, I bought strategy guides. And so, yeah, I completed Hitman 2. I got stuck on contracts, and yeah, I decided to just put that on hold for a second, because I had a lot of other games right under or right after Hitman that I needed to do, and I was like, let me just put this on hold for a second. So I completed Hitman 2 contracts. I also completed Stolen, which is a game I never thought I'd be able to complete or successfully let's play. Rogue Ops, that's another game. Rogue Ops is a game I actually thought that that's a game that I actually tried to let's play a few years ago, but it didn't work out. So that was an accomplishment, being able to come back and complete that game. There's Prisoner of War, which is a game that I wanted to let's play. I really did want to let's play the game, but it was too confusing for me, and I just realized, like, later on this year, that there's actually a complete walkthrough for it on YouTube. So I actually came back to that game, to try and let's play it, and I completed it. And that's about it for right now. I mean, I have other games I'm let's playing, but yeah, Hitman 2, Stolen, Rogue Ops, Prisoner of War. I also completed Trigger Man. It's not really a stealth action game. There's stealth is you can use stealth in the game, but it isn't really a stealth action game. Although you do benefit from stealth and getting headshots and stuff like that. So I completed those 4 games, and as kind of a celebration or slash challenge for myself, I was like, while I'm at it, let me just play Trigger Man again, just to see what happens. And I actually beat it in like 2 or 3 days. So I uploaded that game immediately after I completed it, and yeah, I'm starting to notice. I don't even know how to say it. I don't know, but I'm noticing sort of a trend, or I don't know, maybe it's just coincidence, but a lot of the games that I'm let's playing, stealth action games, uh, the low budget ones like Stolen's a low budget. Rogue Ops is kind of a budget stealth game. Prisoner of War is kind of a budget stealth game. And I've noticed that like all those games that I just named, they have the number of levels in the game is short. Like Stolen has like 4 levels, but each level is like an hour or more long. Rogue Ops only has 8 missions, but each mission is like an hour and a half long. Prisoner of War for the original Xbox, that game only has 4 missions, or should I say 4 chapters, but each chapter is like over an hour long. And the game I'm currently working on trying to complete, Alias, this game only has I think 6 or 7 missions, but each mission is like an hour or more long. And I don't know why they did that right there. I'm guessing they were probably like, look guys, we're going to make a stealth game, but we know Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid or whatever, we know those are and Hitman, we know those are the hot games, and we don't want to be, like, we don't want nobody, we don't want to be compared to those guys, or I don't know what they're thinking. I'm guessing maybe they, on some of the games, maybe they advertised just like a short amount of levels. Like, let's say the game only has 5 missions. Well, let's put it in the back of the box, 4 or 5 missions. But let's make each mission like an hour or 2 long. I think maybe they just tried. They said, well, if we say we only have 4 missions, then the person will think, yeah, it's a Splinter Cell ripoff, or it's a Hitman ripoff, but it's only 4 missions. I'll complete it in a weekend or something. I don't know. I just think that's kind of funny, or kind of whatever you want to call it, coincidental, that a few of the stealth games that I've been playing, how they don't have a lot of missions, but the missions are really long and lengthy. And also, I want to make sure that I let's play, a lot of the big budget stuff, or whatever you want to call it. A lot of the stuff that people may have heard of, and a lot of the stuff that people haven't heard of. So I like to do a little bit of that. Like, I started off with the Hitman games. I did one, got stuck on another, and then my next 4 let's plays, or whatever, 4, they were low budget games like Stolen and Rogue Ops and whatever. And yeah. Right now I'm currently working on Alias, and this game is very I don't know, it's an okay game, but it's just it's very annoying. It's very annoying. But it's okay. It's okay, because there's a lot of save points in the game. Even though the game's annoying, there are a lot of save points. Like, the very first mission alone has like 9 or 10 save points. So I think the game kind of knows it's annoying. The developers probably just made it annoying on purpose and was like, let's just put a bunch of save points in there. It's just ridiculous. Like, the second level has like 9 or 10 save points. Yeah, as it stands, I've completed Hitman 2, Silent Assassin, Stolen, Rogue Ops, Prisoner of War. Those games haven't been uploaded yet. The only game that's been uploaded is Trigger Man. If things go well, I'll hopefully be able to complete and successfully let's play Alias. After that, I'm going to attempt to do the rest of the Splinter Cell games. I did. I completed the first Splinter Cell a long time ago. That's on my channel. But yeah, Pandora tomorrow, Chaos Theory, Double Agent. After that, those are big budget or whatever you want to call them. Uh, some of the more polished and I guess mechanically sound stealth games. After that, it's Great Escape. That's another budget stealth game. Mission Impossible. That's like a budget stealth game. Spy Fiction. That's kind of a budget stealth game, but that game's extremely polished. Like that game looks very good. It has some really unique mechanics. After that, it's GoldenEye Rogue Agent. After that, it's 007 Nightfire, and No One Lives Forever. Now, Spy Fiction is a game that I attempted to let's play years ago. It's a stealth action game, and I made it all the way to the final boss, but I was just so annoyed with the game. Like, the final boss was just so freaking annoying. I just decided to give up. I was like, I spent like a day or whatever on the final boss, and I was like, ah, screw it, and I just deleted all of my videos. But since then, I've learned to like when I get stuck on a game, to just give it a day or so, come back the next day or something like that. GoldenEye Rogue Agent. That's another one that I attempted, but I got stuck on it. I think I was more than halfway through the game, and I just got frustrated with a certain level, and I was like, ah, screw it. 007 Nightfire, same story. I got frustrated with a certain driving mission. And No One Lives Forever. That's a game I've never attempted to let's play. But yeah, usually I get frustrated with the game that I'm trying to let's play because there's so many games that I want to let's play, and I don't want to be stuck on like a certain mission or a certain set of missions on a certain game for like more than a week. I'm like, come on, because my thing is I want to have a lot of let's plays. I just want a lot of. For right now, I'm more about quantity over quality. I think once I get at least 150 let's plays, I'm already at like 99, I think. Once I get to at least 150 or more let's plays, then I'll feel that, then I guess I want to slow down and take my time. But I love shooters, and there are tons of shooters on the for this generation. The PS2, Xbox, and GameCube. There are tons of them, and that's just what I love. And I want to show as many different shooters as I can. First person, third person, maybe a few strategy shooters, or whatever you call them. And yeah, I don't like being stuck on certain games, because there's certain games I like. Like I like the 007 games, and I'm sure everyone else does as well, or a few people. And I just want to get through a lot of these games. Because when I first started, before I started let's playing, I had a whole list of games that I wanted to let's play. Like, I was like, oh, I gotta let's play this. I gotta let's play The Punisher. I gotta do this. I gotta do. Like there were certain games. So once I get through at least half of this mental list in my head, then I'll be more willing to like slow down and just spend months or whatever on a let's play. Hopefully not months, But yeah, that's why I've quit a lot of games, and certain games I feel are just vital. Like that's why like I come back to it. If I ever give up on it, like I can't do stealth action. What I'm currently doing right now, I can't do that without having at least one Splinter Cell game. You know, it's not my favorite stealth action game, but like I'm trying to showcase a lot of the great and some of the terrible or whatever stealth action games from this generation. That's why I do big budget and or normal budget, whatever you want to call it, and also lower budget games. Because I want to show, you know, as many different sides of the genre as I can. And so yeah, I couldn't do a stealth action game without Splinter Cell. Even with the Hitman games, I never wanted to let's play those games because I knew they were too hard. Once I got the strategy guides, I was like, okay, they're going to be hard, but at least I have some help. I have a strategy guide and there's walkthroughs on YouTube. But I couldn't do. I could, but it would nag me. But I really couldn't do stealth action without doing Hitman, or at least one of the Hitman games. Once I realized, to just buy the strategy guides for them, I was like, all right, now I need to do stealth action games because I have the strategy guides for all the Hitman games. Let's put them to use. Let's try to complete at least one or two of them. So once I did that, then I start, going through my collection, looking for stealth action games that I wanted and needed to let's play, and also looking for games that I had started on a long time ago but gave up on, and stuff like that. So out of the remaining let's plays that I have to do, like Splinter Cell, Great Escape, Spy Fiction, Mission Impossible, I don't know how many of those I'm going to be able to actually complete. I mean, the goal is to complete all of them. I have plenty of time on my hands, but the goal would be to complete all of them. Will I be able to? Will some of them get me so frustrated to where I just give up and don't want to continue, or whatever? Who knows? But hopefully, the goal, it'd be ideal for me and whatever else to be able to successfully complete all of those games. And then once I do that, I'll come back to Hitman and try. I'll continue where I left off on contracts. And if I can't complete that, I'll just work on Blood Money. But yeah, I've also, let's playing. I've been let's playing for about 4 years, and I've learned to just hold off, because usually when I get stuck on a let's play, I say, well, in the past when I got stuck on a let's play, I say, I forget it, screw it, and I delete all the videos, and then the next day I'm like, that was stupid. That was stupid. So now what I do when I get frustrated with something, I don't delete the videos. I keep what I have. I come back to it the next day. If I'm still frustrated, I'll still keep what I have. I'll come back to it a few days later. And it also depends on how bad I want to beat the game, or how vital I think the game is. As far as my let's play priority list or whatever. That's why even though I got stuck on Hitman contracts, I kept the videos, and I was like, let me just keep these videos and see if I can't work through more than half of this list of stealth action games. Once I've completed every other game that I want to do, then I'll come back to Hitman and I'll try it out. I'll try out to finish, because Hitman Blood Money seems to be not easy, but it seems to be the easier, or at least the more forgiving than Hitman 2 and contracts. And I guess I've blabbed on long enough, but I want to blab one a little more. It's that time of the year. Every year, almost multiple times a year, whether I'm in the middle of a let's play or whatever, I like to take time to show a little hate for Halo. And with Halo, I was fortunate enough to actually get the be able to play Halo and uh, get it, or whatever you call it. The day it came, well, not the day it came out, but the year it came out. I was actually fortunate enough to get an Xbox relatively not early, but pretty early after they came out, and I played Halo, and I was impressed. I mean, it was my first. I was making the jump from N64 to, well, from the fifth generation to the sixth generation. So it was kind of easy to impress me because it was one of the first person shooters I had for that generation. But throughout the years, or throughout the decades, I guess, I just keep hearing people regard Halo as like the best game in the world. No, not the best game, but like such a great shooter and all this other stuff. And I've long since tried to let's play the game. I got stuck at the very end because of that racing mission. I feel like that mission's just, I don't know, out of place. And not because you're racing against the clock. I mean, there are a lot of shooters or whatever where you have to race against a clock, or where you have like a time limit on certain missions. But driving that freaking Warthog was just stupid. Just stupid. And I just get tired of hearing people, say that game is so great when it actually isn't. And like just looking at the cover, Halo Combat Evolved. I'm like, I try not to take that too literally, but playing so many other first person and third person shooters with such unique mechanics, I think like, how evolved is the combat in Halo? It isn't. It isn't. From what I can tell, headshots don't really even matter in Halo. At least in the first one. I don't think they do. Unless you're using a sniper rifle, I don't think the headshots even matter. Like a lot of enemies usually take, a number of bullets to take down. Maybe not a lot, but like a reasonable amount. So when I see the combat evolved, I'm like, okay, well, of course I know there's. I'm guessing they're talking about mechanics or whatever, unless they mean the combat's evolved from the fifth generation to the sixth generation, which, I mean, that's stupid. I mean, of course it's going to evolve. Like, of course, a sixth generation game is going to be different, than a fifth generation game. Not always better, but different. And yeah, like the levels for one. Like I've heard people say like Halo has amazing level design or whatever, but like in part one, like when you go outside, there's nothing there. It's just a bunch of like stuff to take cover behind. Like just basic. It's like a lot of, I don't know what to call it. Like I guess like triangles or whatever. Like the outside looks almost like an arena. They're just random structures and just junk lying around for you to take cover behind. It reminds me of that show American Gladiator, where you had to run through the obstacle course and there's just like random like rectangular, like blocks that were like, waist high or head high for you to take cover behind. The outside of Halo, some of the outside levels, they look like arenas. And that's not really, I mean, is that their definition of combat evolved, or is that supposed to be an evolution of like gameplay or what? But like There's no cover system in Halo. That's for one, And it's not to say that all first-person shooters need cover systems. So maybe they don't. But again, like, how are they evolving? Like I played a game called let's play the game called Special Forces Nemesis Strike, and Special Forces Nemesis Strike. There's two campaigns. You play as a kind of a heavy gunner. Well, there's two sets of missions. It's only one campaign. You play as sort of a heavy gunner who's like a commando type, and then on some missions you play as a stealth guy. And one neat thing I like about that game, when you're not playing as a stealth guy, it's a first-person shooter, but you can take cover when you like not cover. I forgot what. No, sorry. When you're playing as a stealth guy, it's a third-person shooter, but you could also take cover. When you lean out from cover, the view is in first person. I like that. That's pretty unique. I think that's what I think. I look at that as more like, combat evolved, or like an evolution of combat, or in games, or just a very unique idea. Like a lot of first-person shooters can have cover systems. I mean, they could. Like, I forgot. Maybe not on the 6th gen, but on the 7th gen, there are a few games where, like, maybe one or two, where they're first person, and you could take cover, and you get peek around corners. I mean, that's very, in my opinion, that's pretty neat. That's like some games, like when you take cover, you're actually looking at the wall that's across from you, and you have to sort of manually, like turn your head, or use the stick to peek around corners. There's no human shields in Halo. I mean, and why not? Well, maybe now there is. I mean, in like some of the newer games, but like in the first Halo, there was none of that stuff right there. None of it. And yeah, I just don't. I don't understand that right there. You should be able to take human shields. I mean, if you're going to say combat evolved, if you're going to include that in your title, have something that's unique or different about the gameplay. There's really nothing revolutionary, in my opinion, about Halo. Okay, yeah, the regenerating shield. Okay, that's it's kind of stupid though. Not. I don't know. That's just crazy. There's that. There's the whole 2-weapon rule, and it's like, what's the point of that? I'm guessing it's to make you think strategically, or to make you, like think twice about like certain, firefights or whatever. But still, like the enemies don't fall down with a reasonable amount of shots, so that's just stupid. I played a game called let's play the game called Combat Road to Berlin and Combat Iwo Jima. That game has the 2-weapon rule as well. And you know what else? Each weapon in the game, like, even though you only have 2 weapons, each weapon, no weapon is really better than another weapon. They're all equally deadly. So like your handgun, it's just as deadly as your assault rifle, or as your rifle or whatever. If you get a headshot, with any enemy, they drop. And I played that, as I was playing those games, I had a revelation. I was like, this makes sense. This is really the only time there should be some stupid idea like the 2-weapon rule. It's not stupid, it's realistic, but who plays games for realism except sports games? But I had a revelation. I was like, that's son of a gun, like Halo Combat Evolved, like 2 weapons, but all this crap you got to go through to kill one enemy. And I was like, This is when you should have a two weapon. Like if a game has a two weapon rule or whatever, this is when you should have it. When each gun is as equally as deadly as the other gun. You know, like that's when it should matter. On top of that, there's footsteps. Enemies make noise, and it's a game sort of like, I guess, kind of like Wolfenstein's, where like if you can see the enemy before they see you, if you can get the drop on them, you know, if you can notice them before they notice you, and it's kind of easy with the footsteps. You have almost an instant advantage, depending on where you're aiming. Even if you're not aiming at the head, like usually like 2 or 3 shots to the chest or wherever, they're dead. Halo, even if you see someone, like I don't even think the game has footsteps. I'll get to that in a second. But even if you encounter someone in Halo and they don't notice you, you're still going to use a lot of bullets. You know, you're not going to be able to kill them very quickly or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I need to play Halo 2. Maybe Halo 2 is better. But that's when that should matter. You know, on top of that, there's no immersion in Halo. Like this. I mean, there's music and stuff, but like enemies, it's like the enemies don't exist until you start shooting at them. You know, like I'm guessing sometimes they make a little noise or they talk to each other. I've never heard it before, and I'm like, again, combat evolved. Like, where are all these mechanics? Like, why aren't there footsteps? Why when I go outside, there's no wind blowing? Like, there's nothing. There's no ambient noise or anything. It's just music and shooting, and that's it. You know, and sometimes I think sometimes I think I don't even need to play Halo 2. I mean, there's no way Halo 2 is gonna be that different from Part 1. It's gonna be the exact same as Part 1. It's just now you can dual wield certain weapons. Now, I will admit, I think I played Halo 3, and they have that giant like melee weapon. Now, I'm guessing if you encounter someone and they don't notice you, I'm sure that's probably a one-hit kill weapon right there. But still, come on, where's the evolution of combat? Huh? Where is it? I don't see it. And there are plenty of other games that came out around the same time as Halo. I think Winback is like an early PS2 game, pretty early. That game at least that game at least has a cover system. You know, Halo. I mean, what are you doing? You're still strafing left and right. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, there's just a lot of things that really peep me off about that. Every time I hear people giving Halo all this credit that, in my mind, it doesn't really deserve. Yeah, man, there's a bunch of other things I wanted to say, but I forgot. I can't think of them right now. But yeah, I guess that's about it. I guess I've ranted for long enough. I'll make another video if I think of some more stuff. Anyway, take care. I will be continuing my Let's Play of Alias tomorrow. I recorded a few videos tonight. It's now midnight, 12:09 a.m. I will be finishing my Let's Play, or continuing my Let's Play of Alias later on today. This current list of stealth action games that I'm working through, I don't know when I'll be finished. I don't want to upload. Like I said, I've completed 4 stealth action games so far, including Trigger Man. I've uploaded Trigger Man, but the other 4 Uh, yeah, the other three that I've completed. I'm not going to upload those right away. I'm going to wait until I'm finished every stealth game that I wanted to do, and then I'll just upload everything like that. But take care. Live out.